Hate crimes in Los Angeles County reached an all-time high in 2023. The findings were released in a new report yesterday by the Los Angeles County Commission on Human Relations. Here it is, and it has issued a hate crime report every year since 1980. The report shows hate crimes against African Americans rose 49%. They jumped 31% for Asians and rose 19% for Latinos. There was also a 125% increase in anti-transgender crimes and a 90% jump in anti-Jewish hate crime incidents. Joining us now to discuss the annual hate crime report is Dr. Monica Lomeli. She is the manager of the Hate Documentation and Data Analytics Program with the Commission. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Really important information.
Good morning.
So you all have kept track of this over the years. Were you surprised this year by any of the findings?
We were very surprised, more so because there was a 45% increase in hate crimes, and that number was higher than the number after September 11th in 2001.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And is this partly due? I was reading that maybe the good part of this is that more people are reporting hate crimes. Do you think that that's one of the contributing factors, or what do you think the factors are?
Yes, definitely. That's the silver lining about these numbers, that our commission has programs in place, namely our LA versus Hate program and system, where anyone in the county can call 211 or report through LA versus Hate, making reporting accessible, especially as a non-law enforcement option for people who may not want to report directly to police. So we see this as a silver lining, that the increase in reporting is deliberately related to our commission's work, to the work of our partners in the community who are helping the victims report hate.
But still an unprecedented number across so many categories in terms of these hate crime incidents. What do you make of that? What do you think are the other contributing factors, and aside from just the reporting?
Yes, I think the political, social rhetoric that we hear at the national level very much contributes to what is happening here locally in the county. And therefore, you see those targeted groups like transgender groups, that the highest number that we've ever seen, anti-Latino hate, anti-immigrant slurs that are being utilized. We also saw a record-breaking number in white supremacist ideology in some of these cases. So across the board, there's been record-breaking numbers for our report, which gives us an indication that what is happening at the national level is impacting LA County. But at the same time, people are being more advocates for themselves and advocating and reporting it.
Is there concern with these plans for mass deportations in the immigrant community, especially, that it will be a disincentive once again for people to be reporting hate crimes, especially the immigrant communities?
Yes, so we have policies in place in certain law enforcement agencies that will not ask people about their documentation status. So that makes people who are not here who are working on their documentation status more comfortable reporting.
Do they know that though?
Certain law enforcement agencies like LAPD are very good about making that known to the public. Certainly we let folks that we work with in the community know that. But there is anxiety about that, anxiety about how it will impact our numbers. We're hoping for the best. We've been there in 2016. So we're hoping that in LA County, it'll insulate us, the unifying of our communities.
And so you did the really important work of gathering the data. Now what is the plan in terms of combating this and preventing it?
Yes, through our LA versus Hate system, which is a program within our commission, we have various things in place. We have our rapid response network, which is comprised of various nonprofits, community-based organizations that are at the ready to provide services for these victims of hate. We also have programs in place to begin the process of training people to combat anti-Blackness. And this program has been created by people in South Central LA, so by residents who know what their experiences are like and contributed to this program.
Mm-hmm. And for people watching today who may have experienced a hate crime incident, maybe they think it doesn't rise to the level of crime, but they are concerned about it. It was distressing for them. And maybe it wasn't just in, the last week or so. Maybe it was in the last year or the last 2 years. What should they do?
They should report. So not only are we taking reports of hate crime, we're also taking reports of hate incidents. So these are things that don't escalate to a crime, but things like a slur that were said to someone. So by calling 211 or going to laversushate.org, you can self-report the incident that happened to you and also request any services that you would like to receive.
So what is the biggest thing you were left with this year when you compiled all the data, you put the report together? What was the biggest impression it made on you?
The biggest impression, I think, was that silver lining, like, wow, people are really coming forward, not staying silent. And that is actually the title of our report, right? No More Silence. In 2022, it was Silence is violence. So I think people really are understanding the messaging coming from our commission, coming from those community-based organizations that we work with in the community, that we want to speak our truth, that we want people to know that hate crimes are a violation of our human rights.
Well, really important work you're doing, and it sets the marker for all the work that will be done following this. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you. My pleasure.